Well, it seems like someone's lying to me, someone's lying to you, someone's lying to us. Because on one hand, they are talking about how Kaizer Chiefs had a serious meeting with Arthur Zwane where they said to him, your job is safe. You only have to do two things. One, make sure that you start the next season on a high note. And number two, get an assistant coach. It's up to you, whoever you choose, just get an assistant coach. But now, according to SABC Sports, Kaizer Chiefs have made an inquiry to sign a coach who's not gonna be an assistant, but is going to replace Arthur Zwane. So in this video, we'll look about who this coach is, why this coach is being looked at, and his contract situation. We'll look at what Chiefs has done so far in terms of approaching him, and we'll also look at his impact. You might want to stay around for that because it's very important. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club. So, who are Kaizer Chiefs going after? According to SABC Sport, Kaizer Chiefs have made an inquiry for Nasreddine Nabi. Who's Nasreddine Nabi? He's a 57-year-old coach from Tunisia who is currently coaching Young Africans. Young Africans, they just won the Tanzanian Pro League, which means they are just on a high. And they won that league with 25 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. That is a very impressive record. Anyways, it's also Ugutige. He took them to the finals of the CAF Confederations Cup, but they ended up losing. And now Chiefs are interested. And what makes this an even more intriguing story is the fact that it's not just sources from the Kaizer Chiefs camp that are saying that Chiefs want to sign this coach, but it's also people from the other side in Tanzania who are saying actually Kaizer Chiefs are looking to sign him. Of course, this might be a bit tricky situation. You'll find out when we talk about the contract situation. But usually we just hear from one side. But in this case, we're hearing from both sides, which basically means this thing might be more true than some people might like to believe, because a lot, well, not a lot, a portion of some fans still wants one to continue, me included. But there's also like a majority, probably 80%, who wants one gone. So that would be good news for you guys. By the way, before I forget, please like the video so that you can help me reach more people like you. So, what's the situation with his contract with Iyanga? Because you're thinking they just won the league with 5 points, all right? Because the Simba were very close. And they also lost the CAF Confederations Cup, which could be kind of a turn-off for the team. Guti, you lost the CAF Confederations Cup? What is wrong with you? Maybe that is why they've been hesitant to extend the contract tag, because right now the contract tag is expiring at the end of July, I mean. So by the end of July, his contract is over, then Kaizer Chiefs can swoop in. It's a tricky situation, a very tricky situation, right? Because his contract is not ending at the end of June, but it's ending at the end of July. And end of July, that's where the South African season starts. And unless there is some deal that is struck, Uguti, since you're under contract, we can just say you can come to an agreement with your current employers, Uguti, they release you from your contract because now your contract is the season is basically over. I find it weird, by the way. Why is it to the end of July, not June? It's weird. But I said this thing might be just a tricky thing because it's confirmed on both sides. But what if this is just another stunt by the people who are working with Unabi, who are saying, listen, this team is taking too long to extend your contract. There's a very big team in South Africa that does not have a coach. So we are going to basically use them so that the team can be quick in deciding to extend your contract. I said not have a coach in quote because that's what people say. Don't believe that. But it could be a stunt. But once again, I doubt that because from both sides, it's not just the other side, Young are saying coach is wanted in South Africa, but it's also the side, yes, South Africa, saying Chiefs have actually inquired, which makes this whole situation really interesting. So we understand very Guti why Chiefs would want to go for this coach, because if you look at how the season ended, where we ended in the league, it's not convincing, right? It's not convincing. We're fifth. As much as I know people don't like to hear me say that, But it's also disappointing ukuthi how the season ended, especially because a lot of people are not questioning. Some people questioned ukuthi uZwane is inexperienced, uZwane is this and that. Mina, my biggest cry on uZwane was the fact that he started the season with his style and then he changed. That was the thing that made me say, Ish, Zwane, this is where you've hurt yourself, because you had a system that was kind of looking good and you changed it. And now people were like, what is his philosophy? Because beginning of the season, it was like attacking football, trying to keep the ball, but then towards the end of the season, we're just kicking the ball. And because of that, people were like, Siko clear, Makita Spegane, blah, blah, blah. And in a way, he kind of shot himself in the foot. If you look at Unabi, if he does come to Chiefs, what he brings to Chiefs, we know the Chiefs want to play the attractive kind of football. And I was looking at how he usually sets up his team. And the system he usually uses the 4-2-3-1 that the Kaizer Chiefs are using. And I know people, some of them don't like 4-2-3-1 because 4-2-3-1 usually has a double, not usually, it has a double pivot. So 2 holding midfielders and 1 attacking midfielder. But the other holding midfielder is more of a box-to-box kind of a player in other systems. So he brings that. So it's not going to be a huge jump from what the players were kind of getting used to in the previous season. So it's going to be that thing that they've been talking about, Tuguti. There's going to be continuation. So it's not going to be just an abrupt change. Now we're playing 5-4-1, but it's going to be this 4-2-3-1 that they've kind of gotten used to. And he also does play E4-3-3, which is also an attacking formation, which I also think depends on whether or not you have a proper defensive midfielder in your team or not. In which, in this case, the Chiefs are surely, they should sign a defensive midfielder, so that whether it's Zwane or it's Nabi, they know Guti, they have all the players that they need. And obviously, he's an experienced coach. He has coached Al Ali, he has coached Al Hilal, he has coached Ismail FC, he has coached Al Merrick. Al Ali that I was talking about is the one from Libya, by the way. All these teams are teams that participate in these CAF Confederations and CAF Champions League competitions. And because of that, that's kind of something that Chiefs are looking for, Guti. Someone who's not just going to coach in South African football, but is also going to help them when they reach those levels at Champions League. I am really interested to see how this ends, because I'm all over the place right now thinking, Guti, Chiefs, and funayo. Because if they end up not signing him before July starts and they sign him towards the end of July, then that's just a bad setup, because the coach will not have enough time to prepare himself with the players. But we'll see. We will see. What do you think about a new coach coming to Chiefs, specifically our Nazreddin Nabi? Let me know down in the comment section below, and also like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoya.